There are athletes whose names don't just make headlines, they define entire eras: Jordan, Brady, Schumacher. And then there's Tiger Woods, a man who didn't simply play golf, he redefined it. With 15 major championships, 82 PGA Tour wins, and a presence that turned a quiet sport into a global spectacle, Tiger didn't ease into the game, he stormed through its gates, bringing with him athleticism, intensity, and an intimidating aura that made millions of kids believe golf could be a gladiator sport. One of those kids is his own son, Charlie Woods. You've seen the viral clips, the swing, the stare, the swagger. But this story isn't just about genetics. It's about a teenager battling the shadow of a living legend. Every time Charlie tees off, he's not just facing junior competitors, he's up against the ghost of peak-era Tiger, and instead of running, Charlie leans into it. Earlier this year, after one of his biggest amateur wins, he looked Tiger in the eye and said, "I know. We argue." It was part of a raw and emotional Father's Day message reported by The Sun, a moment that revealed the weight and complexity of having your father also be a global icon and your coach. That one sentence may have been the most honest moment in golf all year. So here's the billion-dollar question. Is it even fair to compare Charlie to Tiger, or is something deeper happening? Could Charlie not only be chasing his father's shadow, but also quietly building a legacy of his own? Because everything changed at the 2025 Team TaylorMade Invitational. Charlie, ranked outside the top 600 in the AJA rankings, went from an overlooked name to the center of the golf world after shooting 70, 65, and 66, finishing 15 under, 3 shots ahead of the field. And in that moment, the conversation shifted. For once, it wasn't about Tiger, it was about Charlie. This wasn't some country club cakewalk. The Team TaylorMade Invitational is elite, featuring the best junior golfers in America, many already fielding full-ride college offers and playing under the watchful eyes of sponsors and scouts. And Charlie Woods didn't just win it, he dominated. Clutch birdies, pinpoint iron shots, ice-cold putts under pressure, his performance was a masterclass. According to Golf Monthly, this was a statement victory, one that vaulted Charlie from a JGA rank 604 to inside the top 15. That's not just progress. That's a breakthrough, the kind that separates hopefuls from the chosen few. And then there was Tiger, not as the global icon, but as a father, quietly walking the course, hole by hole, watching with nerves, pride, and visible restraint. He wasn't coaching, he was witnessing. For a man who once crushed leaderboards with pure force of will, Tiger knew what this meant. A new force was emerging. It wasn't nostalgia, it was foreshadowing. And here's the uncanny part. Tiger was 15 when he exploded onto the amateur scene, winning the Junior World Championships. Charlie just did something eerily similar at the exact same age. Different swing, different era, same thunderclap of potential. History, it seems, doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And if this is only the beginning of Charlie's story, then we may be watching a storm we're nowhere near ready for. But every great athlete faces that first real test, the fall. For Charlie, it came just weeks later when he failed to qualify for the U.S. Open for the second year in a row, as reported by the Times of India. The crash was humbling. After the highs of victory came the silence of setback. And in that silence, something more powerful than talent emerged: character. Let's be clear, failing to qualify at that level is normal, even for professionals. But for Charlie, under the weight of relentless comparisons and rolling cameras, the pressure was far greater. And yet, through the disappointment, there were no excuses, no outbursts, no spirals, just a quiet return to training, a quiet return to hunger. Because what truly defines a champion isn't how they celebrate the wins, but how they respond to the losses. And if anyone understands setbacks, it's Tiger Woods, a man who endured torn ACLs, shattered legs, and a media frenzy that would have broken anyone else, only to come back time and time again. That same unshakable resilience, that mental armor forged under fire, seems deeply embedded in Charlie's DNA. He didn't walk away from the game, he leaned into the grind with even more intensity. It's like witnessing the origin story of someone who doesn't fear failure, who's willing to take punches from reality and keep moving forward. This is where most juniors fade, where pressure eats potential and dreams start to shrink. But Charlie stood at that edge, looked into the abyss, and instead of retreating, picked up his clubs and kept going. You want to know how legends are made? Not by winning every time, but by knowing the taste of loss and refusing to live in it. That decision alone may be the clearest sign yet that Charlie is built differently. When Tiger Woods rose in the 1990s, he did it with raw talent, ruthless discipline, and the lonely grind of a trailblazer. He had no roadmap, just a dream, a beat-up driving range in Cypress, California, and a father who believed Tiger could bend the world with work. But Charlie? He's growing up in a world. Tiger built a world of data, science, and elite training environments. And the wildest part? He's not using that world as a shortcut, but as a launchpad. Charlie trains with world-class sports psychologists, utilizes cutting-edge swing analysis, has gear precision engineered to his body, and access to the finest youth development systems in golf. But his biggest advantage isn't tech or science, it's Tiger himself. Not just the legend, but the father, the mentor, the man who's seen every mistake, every miracle this sport can offer. And according to the New York Post, that combination of legacy, grit, and next-gen preparation might be setting the stage for something golf hasn't seen before. Tiger has made one of the boldest and most important decisions a parent coach can make. He's letting Charlie be himself. He's not molding a carbon copy. He's mentoring a new version with the freedom to be more. That kind of emotional space is rare in elite sports and almost unheard of when the parent happens to be the most iconic golfer of all time. And that choice might be the smartest move Tiger's ever made. Remember, Tiger didn't grow up with a Tiger Woods. He was the original, carving a path through barriers, inventing greatness from scratch. Charlie, on the other hand, is growing through balance, strategy, and the ultimate cheat code: Tiger's real-time wisdom. So the question isn't just whether Charlie can be as good as his father. It's this: what happens when you combine Tiger's DNA with Tiger's experience? It's a question few dare to answer because the implications are enormous. Could Charlie Woods actually become better than Tiger Woods? It sounds unthinkable, but the whispers are getting harder to ignore. Tiger turned pro at 20, won the Masters by 12 at 21, and had 8 majors by 25. Charlie's still in high school, still playing junior events. And yet, according to Aftonbladet and NS.com, his performance at the 2025 Team TaylorMade Invitational wasn't just good, it was historic. The composure, the control, the dominance against top-ranked amateurs weren't flashes of brilliance. They were warning shots. If this is Charlie's starting point, imagine his peak. Of course, the road ahead is long. Tiger's legacy wasn't just built on dominance, it was sustained dominance. 15 majors, 82 PGA Tour wins, global superstardom. Golf wasn't just his sport, it was his empire. But here's the shift. Surpassing Tiger doesn't have to mean more trophies. It might mean more longevity, greater consistency, deeper influence, or reshaping the game in a new way. Dynasties evolve, and not every king wears the same crown. So no, Charlie may never win a Masters by 12 shots or complete a Tiger Slam. But if he keeps rising, stays grounded, and continues being Charlie, not a copy of Tiger, then something incredible might happen. He won't be chasing Tiger's shadow. He'll be walking beside it. Could Charlie Woods one day surpass the legend of Tiger Woods, or is that mountain simply too high? Let us know in the comments.